Well, tomorrow night, lots of kids will be taking to the streets for trick or treating. And of course, safety is of the utmost importance. We're here with Dr. Ari Phillip, who is the medical director for the Arkansas Poison Center and a UAMS ER physician, with some great tips. Dr. Phillip, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So let's start with from the perspective of like poison control. When kids are going out and they're trick or treating and they're getting all this candy, they're going out and they're dressing up, what are some recommendations you have?
So interestingly and reassuringly, poisonings from Halloween candy is actually extremely rare. It just doesn't happen that often, and when it does happen, it's usually somebody that knows the victim, something nefarious going on, but we've never had a case of that here in Arkansas.
Great.
Now, that said, not saying it couldn't happen, but there are some pretty simple things that you can do to make sure that you're safe. Always inspect the candies, make sure that they come wrapped. And then if you have small children, look out for things like choking hazards, especially if there are toys involved. I especially worry about things like button batteries, which can be true emergencies if a small kid swallows one of them.
Yeah, and especially, around Halloween, so many things have those little batteries in them. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. And I know that, you're poison control, but also an ER physician at UAMS. Are there other types of emergencies that you see during Halloween or other recommendations?
Yeah, so interestingly, my bigger worry from both sides is going to be for things like trauma. And so we see a lot of fall injuries. And so if I can make one recommendation, is just make sure that you're aware of your surroundings and that you have a flashlight, wear a well-fitting mask if you're going to be wearing a mask, that you're not tripping over a curb and falling down. We see a lot of broken arms and things like that. Be aware of cars that are moving around, especially in the dark. Unfortunately, we do see a larger number of serious injuries from pedestrians that are being hit by cars. And then, costumes, make sure that you are visible and that you don't have a cape that you're going to trip on or that somebody else is going to trip on.
Absolutely. I think of, especially Halloween, you think of so many kind of dark, scary costumes, a lot of which are very dark, and it doesn't make you very visible when it's dark outside, so make sure you're aware of that. The other thing I think of is, especially little kids, they get into everything. You mentioned those button batteries, but for like makeup, for glow sticks, I think of a lot of kids chew on those. Is that something that you would want to contact poison control? Yeah,
absolutely. If you're not sure that someone could have gotten into something that could potentially be harmful, always please just give us a call. Our number is 1-800-222-1222. If you're calling from a phone in Arkansas, it will direct you there. We are staffed 24/7. It is totally free to call. There are specially trained nurses, pharmacists. There's always a physician backup, and we'll be happy to help make sense of what's harmful, because some of the things that might sound really scary are actually not that bad, like those glow sticks, and things that might actually sound benign but turn out to be pretty scary, and we can really help walk you through that, and we might be able to save you a trip to the ER.
Great. Yeah, which of course you don't want to do when it's Halloween. You want your kids to be having fun and celebrating. All right, Dr. Phillip, thank you for joining us today and giving those recommendations. We appreciate it.
All right.
And of course, have so much fun on Halloween. Stay safe and make sure your kids are having a great time. We're going to be right back.